Hi, I just wanted to share with you all the importance of what they deem as Black History Month, the month of February. But we all know that our history is not to be contained in just one short month of 28 or 29 days. Oh no. Our Black history is to be celebrated for a lifetime. And I would like to talk about an experience that I hope each and every one of you gets to have for yourselves and your families. And it is to plan a visit to the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. My husband and I chose to spend some time in Washington, and I thought about how we were not afforded, like some 50, 60 years ago, to stay in a suite at a Ritz-Carlton. But we did it. We did it now because we could. And we don't take it for granted. I am grateful, as you should be as well, to the hard-fought fight for our freedoms to this very day, that our civil rights workers, our activists, our elected officials have put forth for us. And this particular museum espouses all that I have just mentioned. As we exited the cab from the Ritz-Carlton to the museum, and we exited the cab, I could feel the earth just move under my feet. I was quickly reminded of the darkness of a time in history when something like this would never, ever have been afforded to someone with the skin tone of my husband and I. I felt in the moment that the resilience, the perseverance, the power, the absolute power of a downtrodden Black people, it just totally overtook my spirit in the moment. Upon entering the museum, I panned the faces of the various employees who, for me, have the honor of working at this esteemed museum of Black American history. Though I get it, for so many, it is just a means to an end, a job which aids them in paying their bills or helps them as they go through school or whatever, the situation may be. Yet to my chagrin, I felt the indifference, the apathy, the lack of knowledge and understanding that this very building, this museum, houses the very vestiges of the struggle of a proud Black race. Despite the utter oppression and suppression of folk who allowed ignorance and fear to undergird their pure, unadulterated hate, bigotry, bias, and prejudice against Native Americans and African Americans, still, by the grace of God, we rise. I also noted the number of white visitors on that day, as they too felt the necessity to educate themselves to the long suffering of a Black people from slavery to present day. Yes, we are, and we will always be, fortitude in a ferocious, burning fire. But Black history, it is American history. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. Those who have the fortune of being employed at this museum must deem it a privilege. Because for each day that you enter that building, immense pride should engulf your very soul. Know and realize this. You are, we are, and we will always be our ancestors' wildest dreams. But given a perilous moment,